Up next on the Mid-Life Mafia Podcast.
I never spread the rumors.
We know.
But I got to know what's going on at all times. It drives me crazy. But yeah.
You're pretty on top of the Prime Dental stuff too, yeah.
No, fuck that. You people should answer the phone.
Remember when you used to go into the video store and there used to be the private room, like you couldn't go into because you were too young? And then I'm trying to think of the name of the video store. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Video 66?
Yeah.
My sister used to work there.
What is your favorite food that you can no longer eat?
Ice cream.
I could eat anything.
Welcome to the Mid-Life Mafia Podcast. My name is Christy. This episode, I'm wondering.
Hey, I'm Marietta. I'm always wondering, and I'm wondering right now.
I'm Elle, and I'm always wondering about the past. I'm very nostalgic. Like that. The Midlife Mafia is an experience geared towards women over 40. We're going to make you feel powerful, enlightened, and excited about the woman that you are and what the future has in store for you. We're three very different women.
Extremely.
Putting the Gen X spin on midlife. We're going to talk about all kinds of things like healthcare, beauty, empty nest syndrome, and maybe some things that mom forgot to tell you about. Yeah, we'll get to that episode at some point. Midlife is a time of change. It's a time of reflection. Most importantly, though, it's a time of growth. It's a time where you can let your past experiences help you navigate your future because you've done things, you've had results. Now you can use them to guide you in what you're doing next because we have a whole lot of things to do in front of us. And a lot of times when we're not doing the episode, we talk about, we wax nostalgic. We talk about what would you have changed? What would you have done differently? We have those conversations. I'm sure everybody does. But today we decided to shake things up a little bit on the podcast and actually talk about what we're wondering.
Okay, I'm wondering, what is one thing from your teen years that you wish you didn't do or wear? For me, it's baggy jeans. I didn't like them. I don't know why I ever wore them. They made you look twice your size and kind of gross. And, well, I'm not going to say the things that I didn't do because my mom's watching.
Your mom's watching. So I didn't like baggy jeans either, but I hated bell bottoms and no regrets. But there are things that I did in my teen years that I wish I would have waited until I was an adult.
Plenty of things, I'm sure.
A lot of things.
I wish that I would have taken my parents' feelings more into consideration. And I just realized this recently. Like, I had a curfew and I would go out but then I would blow my curfew and not come home. And there were no cell phones or anything. And I really didn't understand the amount of worrying that you do about where your child is and what they're up to and what could have happened until you are in that situation. I don't know if there's any way to know that. But now that I do, sorry, Mom. I'm really sorry that I put you through all that hell. Sorry about the APB on the car. Sorry about all that stuff. I wish I would have been more considerate of my parents' feelings because it wasn't about my curfew. It was about them loving me and worrying about me. So that's something that I would change.
I don't really know about that because I didn't have a curfew, seeing as though I was a mom. They really couldn't give me a curfew.
Really?
But
You still didn't have one?
No. I was a mother. How could they give me? What are they going to say?
Should have had one before.
You and your Tommy must be home by 9 o'clock. Where was I going? No, we're good. So mine is, what is the one thing that you would bring back from your childhood? And I think, personally for me, I would bring back more outdoor play, more friendships, less electronics. I know that's like hypocritical because I am like right now freaking out that I'm looking to the left to see if my phone is beeping or ringing, but that's because of the job I've chosen in my career, and my children that are home, I want to make sure they're okay. But I mean, I remember growing up, well, before I was a mom, I remember growing up and playing manhunt and hanging out on the stoop and just playing stoop ball or going to shallow and hanging out with my friends or, just anything.
You were that type of kid.
We had so much fun. One thing I'm going to tell you that I did when I was younger and I still do is I kind of need to be like the center of attention, meaning...
I think that didn't change.
I just said that. I do that now and I did that then. I can't have... Like, if I hear you talking, I have to know what's going on at all times. I can't be where, like, you're talking and you're having don't have a private conversation in front of me. I'm a very nosy person. I never spread the rumors.
We know.
But I got to know what's going on at all times. It drives me crazy. But yeah.
You're pretty on top of the Prime Dental stuff too, yeah.
No, fuck that. You people should answer the phone. Sorry. It drives me crazy. I cannot, as a realtor, I cannot hear a phone ring. It will drive me crazy. You must answer. You're losing business. I'm losing business. We got to answer. We got to. But I just want to tell a quick story about what happened the other day. So my son, Michael, had all his friends over, and they were in the pool. And I got to tell you, when I know they're coming over, I call Javier, you better get over here. You got to clean my pool. You got to put the vacuum in. You got to put the chemicals. Kids coming in the pool. I get all excited. Nobody uses the pool anymore. The kids are growing up now. They don't use the pool. So they come in, they're in the pool. I'm like, this guy just was here for like an hour and a half. 3 beers later, it cost me, $225 for a vacuum and chemicals. And I'm like, they're out of the pool. And I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't even turn the barbecue on yet. And they're like, no, we're gonna go home and play. I was like, Michael, you're going with them? And he's like, no, they're going to go. We got to play the video. They play against each other on these stupid video games.
All night.
So they're going home. They're in my house, but they're going to leave my house, go to their house, separate houses, so that they could all play together. Am I the only one that thinks there's something wrong with this picture?
You don't play the same game it's not the same thing.
I think it's stupid.
Like where one had one controller, the other one had another controller. They're in different places.
Do you know how many controllers I buy when I know how many friends my son has coming over? 4? All right, we got to make sure we have 4 controllers in the house. What game are you playing? PlayStation, Xbox? I'm like crazy. Because I all want them to have enough. I'm an idiot. My kids are 18 years old, and I have to make sure they have enough controllers to play together, grow up, and get a life. So that's my dilemma.
Oh,
I would bring back from my childhood, like family events. Like we used to get together on family holidays, whatever that may be, have barbecues at the house and everything. And part of it is because I moved away from my family, like physically. Mm-hmm. But I think that I didn't foster enough, because with the whole internet and everything, you can really, keep in touch. It's not that, it's a different kind of keeping in touch. It's not like you're in the same room together, but it's, with the adults, it's different because you knew these people as children and you had that. But with your children, they never met their children. So it's more of a virtual, friendship, but I really think that I should have tried harder to enforce that because, but I never wanted to try to make them talk to their cousins. You can't make them, but I wish that there was more of an element of family in my life for my kids. That's one thing that I wish I would have, fostered more.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
For me, I really would like to bring back the old neighborhood, It's just not the same. It's, everybody knew everybody, my mother never had to worry. Well, she couldn't track us, and the neighbor would say, no, she's around here, or she would yell out the window or something like that. But it was so different. And you grew up in this area, and I'm sure Chicago was like that also. And
I remember, honestly, my mother, all the old people used to sit on the porches and just watch us out there, and then we would disappear. And they knew we would come back.
Make a big deal out of coffee, like who's going to make the coffee,
who's going to bring the cake,
and
Wish we had a little bit of that right now.
I mean, it was so much fun, and even like the stores are not the same, around.
There used to be Telco, Berta. Remember Berta 67? No, 18th Avenue.
No, I mean, I'm sure I did, but I don't. I thought it was just Berta.
No, it was Berta 67 because it was on 67th Street. Remember the ice cream
that makes
shop?
it. So I was talking to Elle yesterday, and I was like, remember when you used to go into the video store, and there used to be the private room, like you couldn't go into because you were too young? And then I'm trying to think of the name of the video store. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Video 66.
Yeah.
My sister used to work there.
Oh, really?
My sister was, I think she was Strawberry Shortcake. They made her dress up. She used to work at Video 66.
Okay, I totally didn't know they did Strawberry Shortcake.
They did. I think it was. Janine, if you're watching, let me know. I think
I
she was
used to
Strawberry
walk
Shortcake.
there to get, I was allowed to walk there and pick out a movie or whatever. And we were just saying how different it was, but then Blockbuster came and started putting, but Video 66 stayed around.
They stayed a long time.
They stayed around.
They were in business a long time.
That's crazy. We were just talking about it yesterday.
That's so funny. And right on the side street.
Didn't he move though? Wasn't it once?
I don't think they ever moved. 66 and between 18th and 19th, right?
No, then it was on the side street. I think.
Yeah,
because they had to make the store smaller, maybe.
Maybe.
There was a hardware store in front.
Yes. And then Blockbuster.
Now it's Capital One, maybe, or something like that.
Bank of America, I think. I think it's Bank of
It's a
America.
bank. That's
Some
all there
kind
is
of
bank.
But that's all there is now. Like, who would have thought? Like, there used to be Mandy's and Annie Says. Remember on 64th Street?
Where the theater used to be.
What was the theater called?
Walker.
Yep. Now it was Mandy's and Annie Says. Now it's Target. I would never shop in Target there. It doesn't even look like Target.
It's a small. I think it's like it's considered like a satellite Target or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know. They're smaller than most Targets. You know, Targets in Brooklyn are way different than Targets in Jersey and Staten Island.
But then there's a Five Below on the. I'm like shell shocked. Like,
Oh, they made that next to Da Vinci's, right?
yeah, upstairs, right, or something.
I haven't been there. I think because I think there's the Mexican restaurant downstairs, the chain.
Is there? I know there's Da Vinci's. There's a Chinese restaurant right next to Da Vinci's. They made Popeyes on the left. There's so many different things that were not there when I was growing up.
Well, that's what it is too. Like years ago, there wasn't. You know, I think I was talking to my business partner about it once that our area really didn't have a lot of fast food.
No.
Right, because you had mom and pops that good food. You wanted to go to good food.
Yes.
Yes, I did run a McDonald's in, you know,
On 18th Avenue.
On 18th Avenue, but before that, I think the Burger King went out of business, and it just. It all, like, Starbucks wasn't there, you know, like, we didn't have chain restaurants, in other words.
You had pizza.
You had pizza, you had Chinese, you know, the good places.
Silver Star.
Silver Star was the best.
That was your elementary school graduation dinner. You would go there right after the graduation.
It was, and what a good restaurant it was. I mean, you know, but they just recently closed.
Well, it was time.
It wasn't time.
It was time.
I mean, the bathroom was so dirty, but yet I thought it was the greatest food in the world. So
The first time I took Sean to Prime Dental on Avenue U, I was like, Sean, let's go. We're gonna go to Mommy's little stopping ground. Let's go get a Silver Star. And he was like, oh, all right, let's go. Because he knew I wanted it. I'm never in Brooklyn anymore, so when I come here, I want Silver Star. We walked in. I was like, I couldn't even stay. The smell was so god awful. The rugs, they were filthy. They should have taken those rugs down, put floors down. The smell was just. I was like, you know what, Sean? Pizza it is. Let's go.
I enjoyed it. Well, then you went to J&B?
Nope, Da Vinci's.
Okay.
Because the only pizza I like from J&B is their squares. And we went to Da Vinci.
Oh, I like the round. Best pizza. What about you, El?
It was funny because I was having lunch outside on the boardwalk over the weekend with my son, who's 16, and we were sitting there, and it's a good place to people watch. So you people watch everyone down the Coney Island boardwalk.
See a lot of crazies, I'm sure.
I was thinking to myself, if someone from the 1950s got in a time machine and went forward to the year 2025, they would freak out. Everyone
Start
had
shaking.
millions of tattoos all over the place. Everything was pierced. Like, people were wearing the weird, like, it was not even like you were on Earth. Yeah,
So the original Coney Island was classic, you know, like,
yeah,
we're talking like...
people got dressed up.
But our growing up here is we actually really weren't allowed there. It was like a whole different world. Now it's actually, I have to say, yeah, you see a lot of different people, and you know, but I think it's better now than it was. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember it was very
the snake
rough.
guy.
She was
Oh my
telling me
God! You
that
know how many
everybody
snake
had
guys
one.
there were on the other yesterday? There were like 1,000
Like the
snake
18th
guys.
Avenue feast all over again.
They walk around with the boat and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God, get a grip.
There were lots of
Well,
snakes.
you know, whatever.
And did you hear that the two people from the feast got married or something? The little person and the world's tallest person. Yes, they had a big engagement. It was on 1010 Winds or something.
Fake news?
No, it was real. It was real. They met and they fell in love.
I must have missed it.
Watch it, guys. The world's smallest and the world's largest, tallest.
But I mean, Coney Island has changed. But I mean, it's changed for the better, I think. I mean, it's
still
cleaned
can't-
up a lot.
You still can't get on that cycle. Never.
El goes on rides.
Would I get on that cyclone ride?
Everyone is to each their own. The cyclone ride is actually not that
not
safe.
scary.
It's not as it doesn't feel as safe as the ones that have lots of hydraulics and stuff like that. The newer ones.
I just feel like one little slip up and you're going over.
Well, it's old wood.
yeah.
Right.
So I was thinking, how have your preferences changed in midlife as far as like clothing and food and what do you do to have fun? Like, have they changed? Like your preferences about what you're gonna like? Are you wearing something that you said when you were younger? Oh my God, I would never wear that. Like, I remember one time saying I would never leave the house without eyeliner. I actually remember having that conscious thought in my head that has long flown by. I mean, I wore it for, what I mean? I heard a certain age and I was like, I don't care. I remember thinking, I will never go outside in sweatpants. I will never, ever go outside in sweatpants.
I live in sweatpants.
And now I'm like, I don't care. It took me a while to get to that point, but it's like, I don't really care. And food, it's like, I just can't eat some of it anymore. It just doesn't agree with my stomach. So, there are things that I have lost, and some things I'm okay with, and I mean, I'm okay with all of it. It is who I is. It is who I is. I'm Popeye. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. No, it is what it is, and it's just something that I've noticed, about going through life.
Yeah, a lot of food you can't eat anymore. But as far as clothes, I think I'm still youthful. I'm not sure. Maybe I look frumpy. I don't know. But as things that are fun, what's fun? Wow, I really can't even answer that question. Fun is watching my kids happy. That's probably about it. I don't think I have much fun, maybe.
I used to have fun.
You always have fun. You're always doing something.
I'm always doing something. But again, center of attention. I can't have something. If I find out you're going somewhere, I'm going to try to get my way in there. Like my friend Michelle, she just went to AC on Saturday. She was going to this all-day party. And I'm like,
can you party all day?
I mean, I might not be able to walk on Sunday, but I think I could party all day. I'm tired, though. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think I could with a little nap in between or a little 3-card poker in between.
It's called a disco nap.
Oh, no, but like when they go to a party all day, that's not mean in the casino.
No, it's in the ocean.
You just wanted the ride.
No, I want to go to the party. It's a really awesome DJ. I just forgot his name. But it's in the oceans, and it was from like morning to the afternoon, and then you have like a 2-hour break, and then it's the evening party. So,
I wonder if you're winning.
Well, I wouldn't be gambling if I was at the party. I would gamble in between if I was winning. I wasn't going to make the evening party. Are you kidding me? But food, I'm very picky. I was always a picky person. I mean, I always wanted to eat fish and seafood because they always said it's so healthy for you. And I'm like, now that I get older, I'm still very picky, but like I'll eat shrimp, and certain fish, but still won't eat salmon from when I was like younger. I'm like, I can't eat like tuna. I'm just like a real tuna. I'm not into that, and even when I have like tuna fish, I'm skeeved out. I don't know. I'm crazy. I crave it, and then I'm like, ugh. But clothes, I just bought a tube top, so I don't think I care what I wear.
You bought a tube top?
I'm going to Turks next week. Yes, I bought a tube top. Actually, I'm bringing like 4.
What is a tube top?
Where no strapless, but long. Like it's not going to be like where I would never. What'd you think?
It's like a stretchy piece.
I didn't know a tube top has no straps.
Yeah, a tube top is a tube.
It's like
I was thinking it was just this.
No, would I ever in my lifetime?
I was like,
they would harpoon me on Turks. No,
I was gonna have
good.
A conversation with you. After
no conversation needed. I cover. Just this part of me is up, and I have it.
I was going to say, you do have children.
My children are probably not going to see me. They're going to be with the older kids.
A tube top is a circle that you put over your head.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it always was when I was growing up.
It always covers.
Yes.
Yeah, it goes from here to like your jeans or whatever. I mean, I guess you can.
It goes long. It's like so it's like it comes up to you. It's really pretty.
You can make it be as long or short as you would like.
Yeah, I dress slutty, so I don't know.
Slutty, you fuck! I'm going on vacation, and I'm never gonna see these people again. I hope so. But that's all right. They actually look better on me than half the clothes I'm bringing with me. So why not? So
I'm wondering, how do you think the perception of women has changed in your lifetime? We evolved,
I know you guys have a different outtake. I do understand that men are paid more than a woman in their same field, but I also feel like women have moved up. I feel like, I mean, especially in my kind of career, I can make as little or as much as I want. Like, sky's the limit. There's no, in real estate, a woman broker can make more than a male broker. And in fact, people will give their listings and their homes to sell to more of women because we're not as cocky as some of the men that are doing this. So yes, I understand that in a different kind, in financial or in the CEOs and CFO banks, men still are high.
Salary is higher.
Yes, but everybody is different in different fields. So I do believe that a woman can dominate a man.
Okay.
In that aspect.
That's fair. I mean, when I opened the business and everything, it was still to this day, they try not to speak to me. Like, I have one landlord that will only deal with my business partner because he thinks it's disrespectful to speak to me. But really, I'm the one he has to talk to if he wants to be paid. So eventually I usually snap at them, or I go, well, if you are not going to speak to me, I'm not paying you.
But is that a woman thing, or is that a...
It's a woman thing because they're not there to complain. He's old school. I mean, this building here, he was different. At first he thought, and then he realized it wasn't going to work. I mean, but I think that as far as business-wise, I don't care. Obviously, I passed them. But I'm not even talking just in work. I'm talking in your everyday life.
Of course.
Women do more than men do.
We sure do.
So I'm saying it in general, like, I don't think we're looked at the same still. I don't. I think maybe some ways, but not all,
Yeah, again, to each its own. I feel the same way you do. I don't think that in certain fields that we're looked upon the same, but I think in other aspects we are. Like, I feel like some people would rather work with us than with the man. It depends. And then you have some women that want to work with men, and it's like, where are you going, baby? Back to the 40s? What are we doing here?
But also, like, do you think that America looks at women?
No. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
What about you, Elle?
My mom told me a long time ago when I was younger, and I said, I don't see the disparity that she saw, because she was always a women's rights advocate. And she said, you know what? As soon as people start thinking that way, that's when women are going to lose all your rights, because it has to be a constant effort to keep what you have. And still to this day, women's health research is grossly unfunded and men's health research is not. It's taking the women to be of the generation, to be the doctors and the scientists, to actually conduct their own studies about women's health. And that's just what I know about women's health. I'm sure it's like that in a lot of other different fields. I think that once you get complacent and once you feel like you're not being affected and you take your eye off the ball, you're going to lose any progress that you might have made. And I think that's where we're headed.
So with that question too, though, me and Marietta both have only boys. So what do you tell your daughter?
My daughter actually, when you're young, my daughter is 20. So when you're young, you're actually more in the know politically than you are when you get older and you're just so tired of fighting. You get to a point where you're so tired of fighting. And so she's in the beginning of that part where she isn't tired of fighting and she sees the injustice and she gets so upset. And I try to tell her to use her passions and what she sees for good, because she's smart, and so she can use that energy and she can use her ideas to further her own cause, because she's smart enough to do that, and that would help her and that would help other people too. Because I have seen some of the things that she's seen, and I would be just as upset as she is at her age. And so I just try to encourage her to never give up and to be herself.
Well, I hope she doesn't.
Okay, so is there a passion or dream that you have put on hold that still tugs at you till today? For me, doing real estate 23 years, I've always wanted to be my own broker. It just seems like every time I pick up a book or I do something, it's hard. You can't, back to that ADHD where I can't read it. I look at the books and I cringe and I'm like, holy shit, I gotta read that. But I was watching TikTok today and I'm a little excited. I was watching TikTok and it says that there's a book that there's an app that you scan the book, right? And it will tell you the whole book. I can just listen to it like a podcast. And
an audio book?
Yeah. No, but different. No. No, you jerk. You're making me say yes. No, it's different.
Would you like me to get you a Kindle?
No, it's different. It's like, it's not an audio book. I screenshot it so I can
send
save
it to me. How much is it?
I will. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I just heard it. It was just on TikTok. Shut up. But I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. So again, it still tugs at me, but That's on my bucket list. Even if I do nothing with it, because I do love where I am now. But even if I do nothing with it, at least I know it's something I've accomplished. And it's something you can tell your children, like, guys, look what mommy did. Now, it's time. You guys, you got to keep reaching for the stars, because honestly, they're not going to come for you. You got to go get them. Whatever you want to do, you got to go get.
You do?
I want to write a book, and I've been wanting to write a book forever and ever and ever. And
An audio book?
They can make it into an audio book. I could read it. First, I had a great idea for a children's book, which I still think is a great idea for a children's book. So it was about a dog. So I bought this. With children's books, it's a lot of emphasis on the pictures, So I wanted to be able to draw a dog. I wanted to be able to draw my own book. And so I got a book about how to draw animals and stuff, and I practiced drawing a dog and everything, and I was writing out the text for the book, and I actually got, I got into it, and then, I stopped doing it for a while, and then I was like, I want to write. What do I want to write a book about? Maybe I should go back and start with that children's book that I want to write, because you can self-publish now. You don't have to sit there and wait for somebody to think it's a good book. You can publish your own book. But that's just something I've always wanted to do. I did a lot of blogging, and, it was suggested to me that I take all that stuff and bind it, put it in a book. But I've always wanted to write a book. And if I don't do it in my lifetime, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself. That's going to be one of my last thoughts.
Then you better do it.
Damn it, I didn't write that book.
Then you better do it, Al.
I know.
She's going to do it. For me, my passion's probably more... It's not something that I didn't do. It's more towards being home more, and that's starting to bother me. I don't spend enough time doing family things, or, my weekends are working, my day, weeks. I'm open 7 days a week. I'm working, and then this podcast is making me work constantly. So, like when I passed the weekend this weekend, I didn't do anything with my family, but yet I'm home because it's work, and. So I definitely, my dreams, I don't have anymore. My dreams are to make their life better. So I want them to have the passions. I don't need anything else. I'm content.
Yeah.
At this point, there's nothing that I didn't do that I wanted to do. Maybe I would go for a more simple business. Like, I want to sell ices out of a car. Like, maybe I'll buy an ice cream. Like, I want
Christie's
something maybe
ices.
maybe not so stressful. But
yeah.
I'll go with the retiring in 10 years.
There's a good dream.
But I want my kids to have a nice.
So what is the impression that you want to leave in the world? I think about that a lot, actually. And I guess for me, it's very simple. The impression that I want to leave in the world is that I was a good person, that I was fair and generous and kind, and that I raised fair and generous and kind people, and that I was fun, and that I really that I did my dad proud by living his legacy, and that I passed it on to my children. I was a good person. I tried to help people. I tried to make them feel better when they felt bad. I tried to, even people I didn't know, I would always try to smile or say something nice. I always tried to make it be better.
Very nice.
Even if I didn't, it didn't benefit me really in any way. I guess it always benefits you in some way. It made me feel good to make them feel better. But that's what I would like to be known as, like someone who just brightened up a room, who just tried to help.
Well, I want to leave my smile for everybody.
Oh.
No, the impression on the world that I want to leave is that I was a nice person. I don't know if I'm going to leave that. I am very nice. And first of all, I'm one of the most generous people that you know. So, and you can't even say that. I have definitely recordings that tell you that I'm so generous. But yeah, because you're going to sit there with that face. Why are you guys sitting there sitting with that face?
Wait, what do you mean you have recordings?
Of you guys say how generous I am.
Yes, I think she is.
Oh.
I think she's very generous. I'll
she's
never
rolling
say.
her eyes.
No, I just didn't understand the recordings.
I got to tell you, she had no problem me letting me put a big banner on top of her sign outside. I think that's very generous. We've late nights on the podcast. She's ordered numerous. You had to see what we had for our what was it? A little opening we had.
I don't even know.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? You could have fed 25,000 people with it. So you are very
Italian.
Yeah, me too. You're very generous.
No, so I wouldn't. I mean, I wanted people to say I donated enough money, and that, I mean, the impression is I want my kids to be proud of who I was. That's all I care about.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I don't give a shit what somebody else thinks about me. I only care what they do.
Exactly.
So that's it.
Me too.
Exactly. So for me, it's always to pay it forward and help as many people as I possibly could. And honestly, I just want to know if I'm dead, that my kids, good people, were successful. I don't want to ever worry about.
You won't be worried. You'll be dead.
No, I'll be worried. I'll be back to haunt. I'll be back to haunt everybody, and I'll kill everybody if they don't help my kids. I'll take them. I could
do
be a mean
believe that.
person.
For some reason, I do believe she will come back.
I will. I love my boys, and I think, not that nobody else's kids do, but I think every mother believes that her children deserve the world. And I could honestly sit here and say to you that my kids aren't the brightest bulbs in the box, but they are the kindest that you're going to meet. And they go way out of their way to help. Even my Michael, like, we're driving in a Target parking lot. There was a family out there. They were hungry. They were homeless. It was a family of 4. And I was like, I gave him a $5 bill. That's all I had on me. And he was mad that I didn't give them more because $5 wasn't going to feed 4 people.
Yeah, I'm
always, I can name every person. I have them by name and where they're located. I mean, we all, no matter what you're going through, there's somebody always in a worse situation than what you are. So, I mean, in all honesty, because I am a realtor, I'm able to help more people by getting them homes when they're homeless and in a shelter and TVs and, you know, these poor moms, and it's sad, and you try to help as best as you could.
Yeah.
And you're right, Christy. As long as your kids are proud of you, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You teach them to do that, you know?
But the way they can be proud of you is they have to make it themselves because you raised them. So that's why I said you always want your children to do better than you did. I want my kids to do better than me. I want to know both my children, they're okay in this world, whether I'm here or not. I'd rather be here so I can see the success. But if I'm not,
it would be nice.
But if I'm not, just to know that, because I'm going to watch them.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I don't really want, I mean, I don't want my kids to be proud of me. I want them to be glad that I was their mom. That's what I want.
Well, if they're proud of you, they will be glad you were their mom. Oh, I have another question. How do you define success? Well, success can be a lot of different things, but success is raising, your kids. That to me is success. Nothing else matters. Just to see your son hold the door for somebody says, okay, oh, thank God.
Well, you
did something right. So that's for me. I mean, what about you, Meredith?
I really believe I don't consider success as a monetary thing. I believe success is your family dynamics. I have 3 boys, and obviously one of them didn't turn out so well. And I always say, how could I be successful if one of mine didn't make it? But it's not about that. It's about in a whole, in an entirety of your family. We come from, I consider my family an amazing family. We're very close. I have 3 siblings. We're all close. My nephews are amazing. My niece is amazing. My kids are amazing. To me, that's success. Forget what you do for a living. Forget monetary. Success is not, in my eyes, measured by that. My eyes, it's measured by how respectful your children are, how you raise them. My kids still to this day, 20 and 18, will not hang up a phone with me without saying I love you. And honestly, it kind of like pulls at my heartstrings because I can call them 4 times in a row because I forgot something. Hello. And it's still the same response. Okay, love you, Mom. Okay, love you, Sean. Okay, love you, Mom. And they'll be the first ones to initiate it. It's not like I'm saying, all right, say you love me. You better say you love me.
No, that's how it is too.
You hear them,
My kids are like that too.
But to me, that's success because a lot of kids, my kids are with their girlfriends tell me they love me. I mean,
you might actually think they still like me.
I mean, come on. I mean, that to me is a success story. We did good. We did right.
What about you, El?
For me, success is for my children and everyone that I have an interaction with, but, of course, especially my children. I want them to love themselves. I want them to be satisfied with themselves. I want them to grow up being confident and being happy and not letting other people interfere with, their lives in a negative way. I want them to be able to to take those people and like take them for what they are. You know what I mean? I don't want them to let other people bring them down. I want them to be able to have the inner strength to be a happy person and to do good, you know, for themselves. Because I know if you're happy, you will spread that happiness. And I do it not just with them, but them, of course, because they're my children, but even, you know, sometimes when I'm in line somewhere in some store, I'll even like listen to someone who has a problem and, you know, that's a complete stranger, you know, and I'll just say, you know what, this is going to be okay. Like, this is going to pass. Like, I think success is making other people feel better, because that is like the butterfly effect. It makes everything better, you know, and you can only do so much, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what family traditions would you bring back? So I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't have any because we still do them.
That's cool.
So, I mean, we still, Christmas Eve, we still have the whole family over, whoever's left. You know, a lot of people went from being so big you couldn't fit in the house to, but we still have Christmas Eve. We still do like baking wars with we go to my sisters and like my brother and my sister-in-law and the kids, and all the kids do it. Last year, a couple of years ago, I think we started something new. We did, reindeer wars, and they were the reindeer and we were the elves, or vice versa, and we would play all these weird games that then we learned on TikTok. And it was really, really fun.
I love TikTok.
I love TikTok. I do. It's scrolling. That's my thing. But I wouldn't, I don't have any. I mean, we do them. We still do them now. What about you?
I would like to bring back the family vacation, because when I was a kid, we used to go on vacation. Like, we would even throw our grandmother in the Toyota, like, Corolla with 5 of us and my grandmother in a Toyota Corolla, and we drive to the Outer Banks, you know, and stay there for a week. But, you know, we don't do that with our kids. You know, it was always a time thing, or it was always a money thing, and we should make it happen anyway, because that's how memories are made. And when you really think about the quality of your life, you don't think about how much money you had, you think about what you did with your life. You have those memories of
Absolutely.
that, you know, and I want them to have those memories of that. So I better start working on it right now. How about you?
Well, traditions for me is like holidays, and you know, I mean, it'll never be the same without my father. It will never be the same without my grandparents. So I'd say but my aunt and my mother have done a good job keeping it. It's passing down to us now. But after my father, it really doesn't seem the same. It's not the same anymore for me. But what could I bring back? Well, I can't bring my father back or my grandparents. So there's nothing for me to bring back. But I would try to hope my kids feel the same way. Like, I hope my kids feel it like the same kind of tradition we had. I mean, we do the whole, you know, fish thing, and we do, you know, I cater because I'm lazy. Mm-hmm. But, well, I don't want to cook.
Neither.
Because it's too much for me. I can't. And then I guess I'm the one who's ruining the tradition. But, I mean, I'd rather cater Christmas Day. I mean, Christmas Eve is a long day.
We all do that. We cater for Christmas Eve. My sister makes some stuff. I make the cookies. I make the butter cookies. I make the mushrooms. But my sister, and she'll make her lasagna, and my cousin will bring the what is it called? The Fra Diavolo, like all the seven.
I'm saying, you eat so much on Christmas Eve, who really cares Christmas Day?
We take the leftovers out and we order Chinese food. So.
Yeah, I mean, so I cater that. But if the Barassos are not sick, of course. But that's it. What about you?
So, what is your favorite food that you can no longer eat?
Ice cream.
That's mine too. I cannot eat ice cream anymore, and I know this because I just
miserable.
ate half a gallon of ice cream.
It's fucking miserable.
I could eat anything. That's why I'm so upset. I wish I was allergic to something.
No, dairy just hurts.
I used to sit there and like go through the half a gallon of ice cream and like, you know, just like reading a book or whatever, and now it's like I was so
No, you have to pre-medicate
sick.
now.
I was so sick. So that's crossed off the list.
I mean, I don't like ice cream. I'm being very honest. I don't.
Mr. Softy?
I don't like
with
ice cream.
With the sprinkles?
It does nothing for. I'd rather like a little merino rainbow ice with the
I can
sugar
have
at the
that.
bottom.
We can eat those. But
Those are my favorite.
But a nice ice cream cone with a lot of sprinkles is nice every once in a while.
Miss Lickety Split passes my house every single day.
Now I have to take 2 pills to have one, at least.
Again, I could eat anything. I have no
God
allergies.
bless
Nothing
you.
bothers me. Well, except the weight gain. Don't fit into your
So maybe
clothes
it's not a bad thing not to have that dairy going through you
That's what
anymore.
I was kind of thinking when I ate the half a gallon of ice cream.
Yeah.
Not the worst thing. in the
Well,
world.
you know what?
No.
It was fun while it happened. Right?
Exactly. It was
Not
fun.
later.
I have happy memories.
That's it.
And then you spend the next day in the bathroom.
So there's so many things I'm sure that you guys are wondering about too, like going through your day-to-day lives, like wondering about this and wondering about that, like whatever happened to this, whatever happened to that. So feel free to message us and give us your suggestions on what you are wondering about or what you want to talk about, because we'd be happy to talk about it too, because I'm sure we have those things too. Thank you so much for joining us on the Midlife Mafia podcast.
Please follow us on all socials and subscribe. Midlife Mafia.
Welcome to the family.